Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another TRC podcast. That's right, you've got Dane here, you got Levi there, and you got Anthony over there, and we're here to talk about our weekends, what's going on this week, and what's coming up in the week ahead.
Good stuff, Dane. Good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, housekeeping, what's going on?
Well, Dane, I mean, like Levi said, a lot of good stuff in the pipeline. This week is literally the last week that we will be here in Boise,
I know.
town.
This time, next week, we'll be having an open house.
We will.
At TRC EU.
Yeah.
We'll be hanging out with Hans.
That's
That's
true.
the crazy thing.
Yeah.
1 week
That
from today,
is-
we'll be with Hans Closen, hanging out,
is the crazy
eating
thing.
snacks, stroop waffles.
Kind of scary, kind of fun. We're going to have a good time.
Hopefully you don't get some Krugen bitter slipped into your sodas.
Who I might, right? I mean, he might be slipping
Wow.
things
Look
into,
at what Hans
some
is saying
delicious
here.
drinks. But you know what? I mean, for the most part, he says, I will be going and hiding with that cowboy on the loose. He has guns, but also might stab you.
You never
or
know.
send
You never know.
Those dangerous dogs to slobber
You
all over
really
me.
don't know, and that's
Hans,
the scariest part
yeah,
of all.
we don't know. I mean, that's
He's
the
a
thing.
wild card.
Yeah.
The man
he
with the
is.
dragon tattoo, right? Hides in the shadows. Back on track, though. So, yeah, it's the last week that we're going to be here. It is, I'm kind of sad. I'm excited, but I'm also kind of sad. First time I'm leaving my family, now with a child. Makes me sad. Everybody's like, are you so excited? You're going to get away from your baby, get some time? Like, no, not really.
You're going to miss her.
Pretty bummed about the whole thing, if I'm completely honest. But you know what? Got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
It's called.
You
So
gotta-
when you
it's
see
bringing home
Anthony
the
in
bacon.
person, overseas, just know he's really sad inside.
I could have put bread on the table.
That's
Am I
right.
right? Right. Hopefully, some type of European bread that I can bring back home. Katie's like, it's moldy. I'm like,
Well,
sorry.
it was good a week ago.
Did my best.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kind
We're
of
not
sad,
going
but we're also really excited. So that means that then this last week we have to do everything to get finalized before we leave and go on this multi-country adventure.
Yeah.
Right? You guys are going to
Our
find out what the
European
other
adventure.
countries are. But yeah, I'm not going to grow out the stash. I've been thinking about it.
You keep the beard?
No, I'm going to shave it all off.
We had a lot of people commenting they wanted the stash to make an appearance.
I trimmed
when
mine
they
just
saw
for the
you.
occasion.
The thing was, when I wore the stash last time, Jeff hated it. You know, Jeff hated it more than anybody.
Oh, he was furious at you.
Jeff literally said, "Shave that right now." And I
Because
said,
he knew you were going to appear in every single video as that.
Yeah, and I said, Jeff, it's not that big
Including
of
our
a deal.
great tour
he's like,
of Jim
he's like,
White's shop.
He's like, Anthony, can you please shave that thing, please? And I said, no, let me land in Coventry, or let me get to Coventry, and I'll shave it then.
That just
And
kept
so,
going.
and then I eventually did shave it the final couple days. But I mean, I think I'm just gonna go into it nice and clean. That way, I can actually grow something out while I'm there. I come back, I've gotten back
Look
from
like
battle.
that. Yeah.
And we'll figure that out.
I
But
like that.
so things on our list to do, right, Dane? What kind of insane camera equipment are you bringing to video this journey? Because you're the cinematographer,
Yeah.
you're the editor, you're the filmer.
Yeah.
What do you
Bought a new
pack?
backpack to carry all the
So-
equipment.
Right, yeah. I've
How many
got a new
cameras?
Backpack.
How many cameras?
The original idea was to bring, like a big Sony,
Yeah.
a Handycam, big
Three
camcorder there
Steadicam
with
with,
the
like, the
XLR
crane.
inputs, like the full XLR,
And you
not
were
like
gonna
some
bring the
weenie
boom
little.
mic.
Yeah, well,
to
yeah,
get in the
obviously to
squelching
get
sounds.
the best sounds possible
Right.
if we're going to do these satisfying
Yeah.
Saturdays overseas. Actually, things kind of took a turn.
Oh.
When the guys told me, like, oh, you're going to want to pack lighter, don't pack as much stuff, don't take all this camera gear, create some reliability because Dane, you'll be the only one shooting this stuff. Now, I'm well aware because I've gone on all our trips.
You're an
as
old hand at
the
this.
videographer.
Yeah.
I'm an old hand at this.
Right.
I'm not green
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But
You
what
don't
I-
just make thumbnails. You've also filmed things.
I'm a little more than just a thumbnail guy, although I
Right.
can understand why some people might think that. But no, in this case, I have kind of lightened things up a little bit. I'm actually the proud owner of a new iPhone 13 Pro Max. So
Wow.
it's got the cinematic mode and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've got a special, what's called a Mantis pod, basically a tripod for the phone. It's not
Sounds
gimbal,
fun.
but it has like little mantis claws that pop out so you can
Oh.
like attach it to like
Yeah.
fences and brick
ticklish.
walls and stuff.
Oh.
But it's also super handy. You can swap it around for vlogging and stuff. So there's a lot of good capabilities built
Okay.
into that.
I like that.
I'm excited. It has
Yeah.
multiple cold shoe mounts as well, which means
Cold shoe mounts.
you can mount microphones on it and other stuff in addition to putting your phone on
Yeah.
it. And I love that it's all self-contained, so it's basically as much or as little as you need. But also, I took it upon myself. if I'm going to be shooting a lot of phone videos, seeing as I'm not bringing any other cameras, surprise, I'm just using my phone, I want to have good audio. Now, the iPhone 13 does record great audio for stuff, but it's going to pick up a lot of background noise. It's going to pick up a lot of, sometimes you don't want all the ambient noise, right? It gets a little annoying if you're trying to do like a tour or an interview or something. So I picked up these really sweet Rode, which is a well-known, microphone making company. They have this thing called the Wireless Go 2. So they have this new version. It basically allows for like interview type stuff where you can have 2 wireless microphones that feed to a receiver that you can attach to like your phone, run it through with like a little USB and everything. So I can actually record iPhone videos that are every bit as high quality as you could ever expect them to be with crystal clear audio by clipping on these microphones. And even better, what I love about this really nerdy bit is that they actually record independently. So it doesn't need to send to the receiver. It records a safety channel directly onto the microphone so that I can plug that microphone and USB up to the computer and pull audio off of that as well. So there's absolutely no reason that audio should not work on this trip. Now, I'm knocking on wood because you never know what could happen, but I'm very excited to put these through their paces and get some very high-quality tours, some interviews, some good experiences at the show, at multiple facilities. I think there's a lot that we can look forward to here.
The other thing that you did forget to add to that list is you do need to take the mobile podcast rig. The whole thing.
That's
the box,
also
like the whole box that we built probably 4 or 5 years ago. That's the size of that fridge over there.
It's the initial chicken coop or rotisserie.
Chicken rotisserie. You need to take that with you.
So I might set up
that's
that
the only way you're
Mantis
gonna have
pod,
proper audio.
Set up that Mantis
because we all know
pod
that thing didn't work
with the phone plugged into a charger.
Well, Dane, I am glad that you have thought of all of that and gotten this all figured out.
I should be able to get some really dope lives, too. That's my hope is with the microphones, we'll actually be able to do live that you can, like, hear clearly. Yeah. So that's the goal. Hopefully that works. Hopefully it doesn't have some weird software
When is the UK travel vlog from 2 years ago coming out?
Yeah. That was one I was really excited to put together because there was so much footage. And then it kind of got put on the back burner until eventually it became irrelevant, and then there was just no reason.
I feel like this is a good time to,
It's kind of stupid how much footage I actually have from that trip that never made its way into anything.
Yeah.
But we had a wax dog video.
It was like
that
we
was
went
just
on
kind
a
of like
trip
an
and didn't
overview.
take any video.
The best video we had out of that stuff was probably the MVN London tour at the MVN facility and Jim White's of White Details tour. So those were the two kind of big
really
ones that came out of that trip. Now, granted, those were great. Like, I got nothing bad to say about those. I was really happy with those.
They did good. Yeah.
Yeah, and they performed well. I was really happy to see the viewership. But I would like to see, a little more this time. I want to get more of the actual travel vlog put together. And the beauty of that is I'm no longer the only person editing these things, thank God. So we actually have some other folks here who are really good at putting stuff together quickly, turning it around and making something out of it. So I'm looking forward to them being able to run with that based on our direction. So we'll kind of tell them like a little bit of what happened, give them context for clips that may not make sense, and then hopefully they make their way in.
Well, Mean Bee's asking what we're drinking today. Mean Bee, I'm rocking the Peach Mango Dawn Mountain Dew Energy.
Tropical sunrise for this guy.
Oh, myself.
What do you got over there, Anthony?
Strawberry melon spark is what I'm doing.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites. I like that.
So I am so tired that it's starting to hit me right now, so I'm trying to drink a little bit of this at a time to wake myself back up.
Before I wrap up here, Mean Bee is saying, I'd like to know your experience with the Rode Go 2 as I've been looking at possibly picking one up. Well, I'm going to have to experience it on this trip. Now, this is the Rode Wireless Go. So they're those little square-shaped microphones that just like clip onto stuff, and they have a receiver. They're about $300 for the set, but I think this is a really good investment for being able to do quick on-the-fly interview type stuff that doesn't require you to get all the camera gear out and all the audio gear out. You could just run and gun and do a good job with it. Plus, I've got a charging case for it now too, so it'll charge
I'm excited.
like AirPods as they're closed away. So I'm very excited about that. I will let you know how it goes. So I'm really looking forward to putting those through their paces.
So, Alex, I'm the one with the solar-powered wireless charging battery bank on this trip, not Anthony.
It's true. I'm rocking the, I don't know. I have 2 power banks for my Nintendo Switches.
They basically look like ninja sticks.
They are, dude. They're
like batons.
They're like a brick. Yeah. I mean, like you could hurt somebody with them. But I have 2 of those. I think will get me. We have. I guess my biggest thing is that we're gonna have power on the flight. there. So like my Nintendo Switch will stay juiced up the entire time, right?
Yeah.
Being able to enjoy all sorts of in-flight entertainment.
Yeah.
But it's when I land there, right? Something I've already forgotten to order, right? I thought I had it ordered is going to be my power adapter.
Yeah.
Right?
You're gonna need that. Did you get it?
I already have a couple, including a surge protector strip that I bought specifically for plugging in many devices.
I also have a
using
surge
an adapter.
protector as well.
So I have a power adapter. I
You
don't
got
know
it?
where it is.
If you're struggling, when I was looking this weekend, I was at Home Depot. They actually had a travel adapter on clearance. So if you desperately need to get something fast, you can pick one up in person.
Oh yeah,
over
I
at
can
Depot.
Amazon it one day, but I need to get that
Just
still.
saying.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna have plenty of power between all the power packs, and then our cool new bat packs have like a little charging port on them. I think
we
we're
still
gonna
got to put a battery
I was going to
pack
say,
in them.
how do you charge that?
Yeah, that works fine.
That's the main battery.
Still needs to plug into something.
I'm not super
Well,
worried
the
about
backpacks
it.
don't have power. You have to put
There's
power
a bank
in
that
them.
run
You have to
through
put
it,
the
yeah.
bank in. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah,
anyways.
Prinz, so sorry we're not going to be able to see you. But yeah, feel free to give Patrick something, Patrick Mole. We'd love to see him. Haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, we're just bummed we're going to miss you at TRCU, man.
We'd love to have you
That
there.
would have been awesome. But yeah, send a couple of lids if you'd like. We'd be love to see them.
awesome. That'd be fun to
Yeah.
show on the channel here. You know?
Yeah.
Get people all hype.
So what else? So we got thank you to everybody that bought the Four Norsemen kits.
Yes.
Yeah,
With
or
the
just
Stjarnaglas
Stjarnaglas
launch. That was
in general.
awesome. You guys have done great with that. We're really
Yeah.
it's been going well. I think a lot of it I got a lot of messages from people that maybe tried a couple different products
Yeah.
this weekend that they got and they were like, oh, I like this. It was okay or it was great, But I got a lot of people going, wow, Silka.
Yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
Well, people are always a little leery anytime there's a new brand to try because they're like, really, I'm happy with the stuff I got. I don't know. It's money. I totally understand that. But same time, the reason we carry it is because it's stuff we actually believe in.
Right. Yeah,
So
exactly.
That goes a long way. And if Jack doesn't do a good enough job convincing you, I don't know who could. I mean,
Yeah, well,
it's
and that's-
really, it is great.
It was nice to see, and I'll tell you, Friday, Glenn went and picked up some Stekata. I picked up some Silka and some Mata. Anthony, what'd you get?
I have Snow, Forced, and I cannot think of it right now. Snow, Forced, and then the matte detailer Mork. And what else did I pick up? I think that was it for right now.
Oh, we got clay towels because clay towels are in stock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows how long
Holy
that's going to
cow.
last? Oh, man.
If you've been waiting to get a clay towel, you got to jump on it right now and
it's
get
not
it.
just clay towels. We also have clay mitts as well.
We also have clay mitts.
Which is the first time we've ever had the Ultra Clay Mitt. So it's a new product. I have not made a media post about it yet because
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried that if I do, it's going to start
Sell
falling off the
out.
shelf
It's
pretty
just gonna-
fast.
boop, it's
So just know that you guys are in the know here on the
Yeah,
podcast.
well,
You guys
and
get
the
the
few
first
of you
to
who are
know.
here are really the first people to know. So take advantage of that information, or if you're a nice person, tell someone else you know who's been waiting. That's awesome.
But no, I had a lot of people message me this weekend, people on
Yeah.
Instagram or people just on my personal pages telling me that they picked up maybe the Stekata air freshener and they're telling me, hey, I think I know what this smells like. And they're like shooting me their answers and like close but no cigar. And they're like, dang. So a lot of people want to know what the heck that scent is. I'm going to keep my lips sealed. But everybody else, though, just nothing but good things to say, right? All
Yeah.
the ambassadors trying out their sampler kits and being able to utilize those is fantastic. And I don't know, I'm just excited to see the brand continue to grow, right, with the help of us and Jack over there being able to do such a cool part in, I don't know, entertaining and educating.
Yeah.
So
I do know of a couple items that are going to be
yeah.
launched at Waxstock.
Yeah.
For Stjarnaglas, so stay tuned.
Yeah,
and
that's
watch.
true.
That's going to be really cool. He's got a couple new things that are just going to look cool for Stjarna. For those of you that are going to the Southern Detailers Conference, John and Josh, our very own, John Green, Josh Petro will be there working the Rag Company booth. Now, here's the thing. They're going to be taking some of Stjarnaglas's new bags that are going to be given away at Waxstock.
Because we had some questions about Stjarna.
We
bags
have the
recently.
bags as well, and they are going to Southern Detailers Conference. Here's the thing, though. John and Josh are going to be putting samples of Stjarnaglas in those bags. And if you guys are at Southern Detailers Conference, you have to go see John and Josh and get a bag before they run out. because
true.
I can't imagine that
because
last
they're
long.
taking a finite amount. I'm talking like 20 between
Oh, that's
25
not
and
much at all.
50. So 25 and 50 is the count right now. Each bag will probably have a sample item in it, and but if you want to get a Stiarna Gloss bag that is also getting released at Waxstock the same weekend, the only two places to get it is at Waxstock or Southern Detailers Conference from the Rag Company. So
Well, I was going to say, it's really nice, actually, for the people who aren't aware to meet Josh and John, because they may not realize how important those guys are around
Yeah.
here. They may not
Yeah.
realize just how much, everything that gets done behind the scenes, it goes through them. So that's an important thing. If you got technical questions about that kind of stuff, those are the guys to ask. They're
Yeah.
really, really great. They're really on top of it. And they know, honestly, they know more of the day-to-day than we do. So
Yeah.
I would say that's a safe bet. So if
Yeah,
you
but
got
yeah,
questions,
go see
they
them.
are your resources.
go check them out. I've got lots of message people going, hey, I'll see you at Southern Detailers Conference. I said, you won't, because I'll be at Waxstock. But we will. The
See
Rag
John and
Company
Josh.
will be at Southern Detailers Conference. John and Josh will be there. You guys are probably wondering why I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, nobody said it.
So
Nobody said
we've spent a
anything.
ton of money on this trip, and I just don't want to get sick. And so I wore a mask.
Yeah.
And right when I walk in the door, I find out Gabe left because he wasn't feeling good.
Oh no, I saw him for like 2 minutes, and from a distance, where
Right.
he was like, and I'm like, what? Or it's going
Right.
on? We're about to leave on this trip. And he's like, I'm heading home. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh my god! But he was wearing a mask.
Right.
It was whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, right now, really, right
Yeah.
before we go. On
So
this trip?
this was all
I don't
me
wanna
on
get
my
trapped
own.
in
I
another
literally
country.
got out of my truck, put my mask on. Anthony pulled in. I was proud to show him the space I had created for him to park that would secure. That you have to worry about getting door dinged.
Mm-hmm.
And then Anthony goes, why are you wearing a mask? I said, because I'm not going to get sick this week before we leave. So I'm doing this. Thank
nice,
you.
Curly.
I appreciate that, Curly.
That's very thoughtful. Appreciate
So
it.
I'm doing this for myself because
Yeah.
I just don't want to get
Yeah.
sick. Like,
No,
period.
It's a very big investment on our part.
And
to
that's
go
the
on
hardest
this
part
thing,
is just
so.
go like, man. And also we've had a ton of pollen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, I don't know how much more pollen we could have possibly gotten.
Eye-watering.
My truck is yellow. It's not even
Yeah.
blue anymore. It's yellow. And so I woke up on Saturday with congestion from allergies. And I was like, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. I don't want this to be an actual cold.
Yeah.
So
That's
just
crazy.
trying to contain myself before we get over there. Because Anthony brought it up. He goes, what happens if we get sick over there? I said, well, there's still a lot of quarantine rules. Like,
Yep.
we can't fly back to the U.S. unless we're negative.
Imagine getting trapped in one of these countries we're only visiting in for like a day or something.
Well, and it's still like just because. So here's the other thing. No, that's not the yellow truck that lacks a title. Thank you, Curly.
That truck
It's
is
the
a red
That's
truck.
my Suburban. So the hard part, Netherlands still has active COVID. Switzerland still has some COVID. They're doing better than the Netherlands. The UK still has active COVID, but the UK dropped everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to get into the U.S., we still have to. So there is still personal responsibility that we have to take care of and make sure that we're okay. So
And regardless about how you feel about any of that stuff, we just want to be able to go there
Yeah.
and come back on the schedule we set.
yeah,
That's the
Anthony
most
and I are
important
doing a
bit.
juice cleanse this week.
Dude, if I'm telling you right now, if I got stuck there, oh my God.
You probably punch a hole in a wall.
No, if I got stuck there, I wouldn't be afraid of myself. I'd be afraid of my wife.
Yeah.
She'd be like, wait, so how much longer are you there for? How much
2
longer
weeks.
am I here with the 7-month-old by myself? And I'm going to say, a little while longer.
7 more dadays or so.
Yeah. She's like, what's the address of the rag company again? She's like, I just want to go talk. I just want to go talk. I'd be like, ugh.
Want to answer? I know it's a joke question.
Gosh, I
but
wish. I wish.
I wish down there in Southern California,
Nothing
there
finer than the
like,
Southern
you know,
Detailers Conference here in
just
Southern sunny
beautiful
California.
Southern California, where you got
I
a
see
fan boat.
what
We
you
have a
did,
fan boat convention up front, showing you how to coat these things, make them look as good as new.
So nice. So nice.
Anyway, so other things that we're doing this
Curly,
week is
let's
just
No, we don't want to do that.
not.
We're not going to hold any bets.
No.
However, we are saying that Dane's going to be the one that's searched frequently.
oh, Dane's gonna be the one that strip searched at the airport for some reason, and he's gonna come at it like from behind a room, like like a glass like wall or something. He's gonna say, "Wow, so their methods are a little bit different here in this country."
Just, like,
as he's kind
walking.
of like squirming, and I'm gonna say, "Ugh."
Just checking for batteries.
Yeah. So
I don't
anyway,
keep them there.
back on track here.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a call by somebody I don't know.
Oh, me too.
I'm getting a lot of
Telemarketer.
Spam calls, man.
Yeah.
But we have Starnagloss last week. Fantastic launch. We
Yeah.
want to continue to see that grow. We're going to continue to help promote it. We have a lot of other things from other brands that are still kind of happening around the same time. So, for example, if you haven't seen all of G-Technic's newest and greatest labeling that they've done, it was kind of a rebranding part on their end, and they've introduced a couple new products as well, which is also super cool. So I believe that we're getting those in any moment in terms of ceramic wash, as in the new G-Wash V2. And so a couple cool things from them. And so hopefully we see them while we're over there at Waxstock, and we get to go hang out and say hi. And is there anybody else that's wanting to meet us over there? Because I mean, what I want to know ahead of time is if you're going to be at Waxstock and you're a listener of the podcast or a fan of the Q&A,
you're responding to what happened last time.
Speak now, because what happens is we got to get people that come up to us.
Tell them exactly how it worked out, because it was a very specific scenario.
Well, it's just somebody would come up and just say, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" And we start kind of talking, and they'd say, "Oh, how?" So
very low key, barely
Did
engaging.
you guys fly here? Yeah, we flew here, talking about the trip, talking about what we've done and all that. And then at the very end of the conversation, he goes, "Oh yeah, no, I listen to the podcast every week." And I said,
like, "What?
Wait, but I just told you everything about the rag company
and
about
my
me and Levi
my name's Luke
Dane."
Berkey, and we're like, "Wait,
I'm a
what?
super fan.
You're a
Like-
super fan? Hold on a second."
And I'm like,
But they were
"Why
trying to
did
play it so cool they ended
Yeah.
up seeming like somebody who just had no clue, and they were just talking to us to pass the time.
Why did you say
so? It's just
so?
like, what?
Yeah.
And then you feel weird, and you're like, "Oh, this person knows a lot about me." Then,
Yeah, so I'm like, why did I just
fine, that's
talk about myself
fine.
again?
But at
Yeah.
the same time, please just
Yeah.
be upfront
Tell us if
about
you're
it.
going to be there. And then, honestly,
Yeah.
if you do
Please
come
do.
up to us and meet us, say, "Hey, it's so-and-so from the Q&A." Or say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
please
it's
give us
so-and-so.
that
I watched
info.
the
Yeah,
podcast."
your
right?
username will go a long way. We'll
If
remember
you just
it.
say, like, you start your conversation with, "I watched the podcast," bam, that makes it 100 times easier.
Just walks up. "What's up, guys? I'm Curly Wolf," and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
if
That's-
Curly Wolf
I don't
can
know
say
if Curly
that,
Wolf
but-
actually sounds like that, but
Well, but that's the point. Like we like to know. Like we know Hans on site.
Yeah.
We know
Yeah.
Timo on site. Like we know
Luke,
some of
we
the
know
folks. We know Luke. We know G.
we
Davis.
know-
like
yeah.
Alex. We know these guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's true.
we're going over after 3 years. This is our 2 years of not being there. This is a big deal. Dino, yourself, been saying when we
They're
get telling
valleys?
people there are
What?
valets instead
valets. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
that'd
sorry.
be a good time,
Valeters is apparently the proper
I
terminology
believe
here.
you call them valeters.
I'm just
Valet.
using our term valet, and I see it spelled exactly the same, so I assume the T is like silent or, And I was so wrong because the guy just gave me the weirdest look. Anyway,
I believe
that
in
was a
your
fun
country
story.
you call them valeters.
Valeters? No,
Valeters.
no,
Oz.
we do not.
Valeters.
Cameron, yes, we know you on site because
and
you
we know Cameron because he
literally
came
were
in.
physically in the building just last week.
Yeah, he came and hung out last week.
Yeah.
Anyway, so really quick,
Yeah.
we have to get back on track before we jump into the weekends. So we have that going on. Come say hi to us. Come, talk to us. Come either whether it's at TRC
Varlets.
Europe or at Waxstock. Again, I would love Dane to experience things from different countries. So if you are
Yeah,
traveling from
bring
different
snacks.
countries, please bring a snack or something
Ask
that
him to
represents
eat it
the
on
country.
camera.
Because Dane will be wearing the wooden shoes, little
Yeah.
wooden clogs. He'll be prancing around TRC EU, getting some great film shots.
Yeah.
Me
Well-
and Levi will probably be cracking some jokes, maybe
We're
eating
very
some
excited.
candy.
Yeah. Very excited to try all different candies.
Things like that. Now, in terms of the UK cut, if you guys remember that, we decided that we're never going to talk about the UK cut again
Yeah.
until we
We're
can
so
actually
bad.
commit to the whole entire plan.
Yeah.
This was, I told Levi he's not allowed to literally bring it up or announce it unless we can fully commit, and it has to be a group effort thing.
Yeah.
So unless he wants to do it by himself.
Yeah.
But
Right now, it's
we've
the UK
lost
glut. but we
probably
will
no
come
weight. I
back.
think I lost like 6 pounds. I think I'm like,
I hopped on the scale.
Yeah.
I'm under 200. I know that.
okay.
I'll lose
I'm-
10 pounds sweating at the border.
I was like 240. I think I'm like 235 or something like that. I need to get down to like 225. But the good news, though, I mean, we don't eat too gluttonous on these trips when we're traveling. We try to keep it safe because you just never know what's going to happen.
Like Hans.
Anthony more so than myself, are trying to make sure that we don't have a Brazilian blowout on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or as I call it, the Paraguayan pop socket.
Yeah, you go. Pops like,
But the goal is to, it's a long flight, so we want to make sure. And then we don't have access to a lot of bathrooms.
Dude, well, that's
places.
what I don't like about going places
Right.
across the ocean, because I don't know what their bathroom policy is, right?
You're at
Just
the
like
mercy.
I don't know what the bagel policy is at Costco, I don't know what the bathroom policies are when you go to these other countries. Because
You're like looking for a Macy's.
well, you
and
just
there
walk
aren't
in,
any.
you say, hey, I'm going to use your bathroom. Hey, you can't use the bathroom. It's not for public use. Okay, well, but there was a guy that just came and walked in there. Oh, he's a local. Okay, well, so you're racist. Like, what's the deal? I don't know. Like, what's going on? Like, I can't use the bathroom. It's for paying customers only. Dude, I'll pay you, like, literally $50 USD
Right.
for me to use your restroom, right?
They're like,
You
no,
know,
I won't
like,
take your money. You
I
have to
will
buy
do
something.
things to use the bathroom that nobody else would do, especially if it's clean. But the
Yikes.
problem is that I don't know what the policies
Right,
are,
yeah.
and you don't know when you're going to find an next bathroom. And when you
Correct.
ask people, "Hey, I need to find a bathroom," they don't really understand like how. It could be down that way, half a mile to the subway. You take a left, take a right. Half a mile? What do you think I am, right? A young 15-year-old person with
can make it that way?
That can make it that far? No, man.
They send you down to a pub with questionable everything.
So, needless to say, we're going to
You
be
did
watching.
that. You did that in the Scottish pub. You were sitting
I
down.
was just like, well, this is it.
You went down into a basement, Dane, and I said
And on that note,
yeah. It was.
But that's our goal.
Strange.
We're gonna try and eat this week. We're gonna public pay to use bathrooms over there. So this week we're prepping. We've been
Yikes.
doing a vitamin C prep, all three of us.
yep.
Just trying to bump the immune system up,
Crank
and then
up the C.
we might do a little juice cleanse this week. Anthony and I, just to see if we can drop a couple lbs, but also fortify ourselves with lots of vitamins.
There you go.
And then a lot of bagels and bananas for the rest
Yeah.
of the week.
Yeah. Seriously, Mean
Enjoy
B,
the
seriously,
alliteration.
though, that's something I'm just like, it's one of those things that you probably shouldn't be overly thinking about all the time, but
Yeah.
I do, just because the convenience of being here in the U.S., you can find a bathroom by like literally just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have that in common, Mean B.
Well, we were laughing. So just so you guys know, like in our at the Rico Arena, which is now
Yeah.
the Coventry Builders Society.
Stain
got into
shorts
our
is a
room.
problem
Oh,
traveling the
no.
UK. Good God.
Oh, that's
Let's
awesome.
not jinx it now,
But
guys.
we got into our hotel.
Bunch of
We got into the Rico. Anthony felt the call of nature, and he went into the bathroom, used it.
No, it was just not a call in it. It was just a normal, like,
just the call of nature.
just a
You
quick,
had to go to the bathroom.
just quick. Yeah.
Yeah. But what he realized was the toilet flushes differently.
Yeah.
We figured out it was like a dirt bike, a kickstart on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
It's like a two-stroke.
You had to prime it. You had to prime it first.
So you had to hit the flusher,
Oh,
but then
no.
like ramp it up, right?
Yeah,
so
you had to give it a couple pumps and then really go for it.
And then so basically, I'm sitting there winding this handle up,
It's got
right?
a rough idle.
And then I'm like, oh man, we're moving now.
Here we go. The water's starting to go.
It's
Starting
like
to
a
flow.
whirlpool,
Yeah.
right? And so the best thing to do
Literally
is
paddling.
what I found out the rest of the week was to get it going,
Yeah.
and then to
no.
go,
Right.
and then go, because then it's like a
Yeah.
That's right, Andre.
And
That's
now.
that. But once he figured
Don't
it
leave home
out,
without him.
I did the same thing, and I was like, Anthony, I'm going to need your help. I can't get this thing to go.
Dude, I'm
like,
not
I don't
gonna help
wanna-
you.
He's like, is the toilet seat closed? I said, yeah. He's like, all right, let me show you. Here's what we're going to be doing.
yeah.
Is this
And-
what happens when we start the podcast too late in the day?
Yeah,
we just
it is.
figured this is an appropriate
Yeah.
way to talk
Ah,
about it.
whatever.
But basically,
man.
the
I
point
don't
is,
care
we're really
anymore.
looking forward. We're excited for the
Clean
Netherlands, for
bathrooms.
Hengelo,
All
to
right.
visit our friends,
Yep.
see everybody. Come see us, TRC.
It's the important stuff.
All day, we're going to be having snacks. We're going to be having all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
And then please come see us at Waxstock. We're going to be
Yes.
having a blast. Can't wait to see everybody and spend some time with them. Who wants to tell about their weekend?
Tyler,
Dane.
no.
Dane,
why don't you start
shouldn't be
us off?
doing a two-stroke.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about those weekends, guys? Anything
go
left?
first.
Me? Oh man. Okay, so I did some stuff, but you know me, it's always like around the house stuff.
Ooh,
So-
interesting.
Light
This
bulbs.
weekend, first thing I did was get the Jag out and clean it because it was disgusting. It was dirty rain times like 4 or 5.
All the pollen.
And it was underneath the deck, so like all the stuff that was on the deck just like filtered down onto it, so it was like caked in this really thick dust. It looked like one of those abandoned supercars in Dubai, you know?
Nice.
It really had that, just like that film on it where you're like, oh. But yeah, I literally took it through 3 car washes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you could have just O&R'd it.
Yeah,
in the
no,
driveway,
I probably
so-
could have done that, but
Just
there was a
one
part of
time.
me that was like, I got other things to do today, and even I
Takes like 20
managed to
minutes.
make a wash take a long time,
Yeah.
even though it shouldn't.
Take like 20
So,
minutes.
yeah.
How's
no,
the wrap
I get
holding
it.
up?
It's actually
After
great. I've
3
made sure
car
to
washes.
not scratch up the wrap, and the wrap does look
Haunting.
good. No, it's great, actually. You can go check it out in the parking lot later.
All right.
But yeah, no, it's been good. I would say just maybe a little bit of the black vinyl wrap over the chrome trim has started to shrink a little bit at the edges. So I may need to get that redone. But other than that, really happy with how that
Nice.
wrap turned out. It's been solid. But yeah, no, I went ahead and I took care of that, and I've been getting the cat more acclimated with the rest of the house. So
Yeah,
finally,
how's she
she's
doing?
kind of gathered up the courage now to kind of come out into the living room. Up to that point, she kind of felt like she had to stay in the bedroom, even though I left the door open more now, because she's like, oh, the dog's out there. But this weekend, I got them to basically look at each other, get within 3-4 feet of each other, and understand, oh, you're not going to hurt each other. Great. Okay. And then they just started moving about their day.
Nice.
So it was solid. So
Good.
they're not friends yet, but hopefully we can get to that level eventually. Right now,
Yeah.
Callie was protecting her food. So I let her eat her food, and then I didn't put anything new in there until the cat had a chance to go
Yeah.
by. And then she was cool. So, yeah, I was happy with the developments there. I think that's good.
Nice.
Other than that, I took the TV that, if you'd seen it, had been sitting on my kitchen counter.
Yeah,
that
I
was
did.
down
I
there,
saw that. It
which
was
was kind of silly, but
It's a
that's
42-inch television.
it's
on
one of those
the
cheap
kitchen
TCL ones.
counter.
It was like a 43-inch thing,
Yeah.
and it was meant to go in the upper bedroom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I finally went and I mounted that up
Okay,
this weekend and got the sound bar and all that stuff set up. Unfortunately, the power cord that comes with it is a little too short for where it is, so I had to go to Best Buy and actually get a longer version of the same cord. Those cords, the little 2-prong ones that are
Yeah.
like round, they're a little hard to find, right? But Best Buy actually had them, so they were the only place I could find that had them. Other than that, Home Depot had these like starlight projector, like ceiling things that everybody does for like TikTok and whatever. And I saw it, they had it on clearance. It was just like going out. And I'm like, I can't say no to this for like
Yeah,
12
put that up
bucks.
in the bedroom.
Why not, right?
Set the mood.
So basically, it looks really cool in the house there at night. Just like putting it up in the whole like big opening there.
Yeah.
It's just all like blue wavy pattern with like green stars and stuff. So it's like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
$12 well spent. But yeah, no, I was happy at that. Little things. Other than that, I got my new phone, so I had to transfer all my old phone stuff to the new phone, which is always kind of nerve wracking because you're like, did it get everything? Am I
Right.
gonna have problems? But I have to say, like, this is not a plug for Apple or anything, but they make it so easy to transfer from your old iPhone to your new one now.
Yeah.
You literally just hold the phones near
Next
each other,
to each
and it's
other.
like, hey, you got a new phone, don't you? And you're like, yeah, you notice? And it's like, yeah, here, hold up your phone to this other phone. Just get it right in the circle there.
Kid.
Yeah, this weird blob that's
Now,
like moving
kid.
on your screen is like a QR code essentially, and then it's just like, okay, we're gonna transfer all your data down. You're like,
Wow.
oh wow, okay, and it's more reliable than an actual data backup transfer. So it's pretty awesome. It took about an hour and a half for it to transfer everything, but
Yeah.
you just keep both plugged into chargers, let it do its thing. And then I've been so careful to like not touch the screen until I got a screen protector on it. Jimmy helped me with that this morning. Just like lots of little stuff. But I ordered a lot of those like microphones and bit pieces we'll need for our trip coming up. So I plan on testing those today. I'm
Yeah.
really excited.
Hopefully they all
to,
work with the iPhone 13.
Yeah, I'm
Which
planning
they all-
on getting that.
Hopefully
all-
they're not all set up for 11s.
Well, looking at YouTube, I actually watched a bunch of
Good.
videos beforehand of people using them with that
Yeah.
and the kinds of cables they need. I didn't realize this is like very specific nerdy stuff. But Rode, the company that makes these microphones, makes this cable called the SC15, and they're very short supply all around the world. Like apparently, it's very specific because it's a lightning connector, like what goes into your iPhone, and then it goes into a USB-C, which is is that kind of thin USB,
Yeah.
right? The more modern USB 3.0 or whatever you want to call it. Basically, the issue is there are a lot of cables out there that look like it, have a lightning to a USB-C, but do not function like this cable.
Okay.
This cable
Okay.
very specifically allows you to transfer the data from the microphone back into the phone. Whereas if you were to do that with a normal one, it would just try and charge it, but it wouldn't
Okay.
actually transfer the data like what you need. So it's kind of weird, but this specific cable does that, and they're in short supply, so it's like, ugh. I ordered a couple, but I wasn't sure how quick they get here. So I discovered a hack where apparently if you have this cable that is the iPhone to Lightning 3 camera adapter for an iPhone, this also works. So it's the only other way to do it, but it's like $30. I had to go to the Apple store and I picked one up locally just so I have backups for my backups to make sure there's no chance that this stuff doesn't work. Once again, realize this isn't the most exciting, but I'm like doing everything I can.
You fall asleep?
I realize I'm doing everything I can to ensure this stuff goes smoothly. So I want to make sure
I appreciate you
true.
doing all that.
But
Dane,
I've got it set up. So
you are the right person for the job.
I'm very excited to try these mics out, and I think you guys will actually like them. They seem like they're going to be fun, and they got little twist lock, little wind buffs.
Well,
sorry, in the industry they call them dead kittens, but I realize not everybody's wild about that.
So what did you do that was fun this weekend?
That was
Taking
kind
his car
of
through the car wash.
that was
sometimes.
the crux of it.
You
Was going
do
to the
any-
car wash multiple times. The first car wash I went to, I discovered my car was way too low for it, and the guy was just like, "I'm so sorry, you're gonna have to leave." And I was like, "Oh," but I was excited to be driving the Jag again because they paved the entrance over there, so I felt
did.
safe bringing it in.
So
I
what'd
thought
you do?
twice about it though once I got here and saw all the big trucks driving around and nearly clipping everything. So that was a little
So
nerve-wracking.
did you bring your car over to this building? over the
Yes,
weekend?
I actually brought the car over this weekend because I was checking in on Nick, who's working on his truck on the lift back here. And I thought, maybe this is a good time to go check
Right,
out that
car's
new
clean.
building.
Car's clean.
I want to go take a look. Maybe do like a little practice shot over in the corner.
Okay.
there. And literally drove into the corner of the
Maybe
new
show
building.
how good the building
being
looks
built.
so people can see.
And unfortunately, I didn't put the picture here to share. But
Oh,
the
okay.
idea being, hey, let's give this a shot. Maybe we
Yeah.
can convince them to give us like a little cutout of this building to use as an alternate studio because it is
Yeah, I don't think
so
that's-
dang
it's
good.
already
It won't
full.
happen. I
It's already
realize that.
full.
It won't happen.
Full
But
building.
man, it would be awesome if it did
Yeah.
because those garage doors have glass on them. It lets a lot of natural light in. There are skylights. The whole thing is just set up in a way that's like cool industrial look.
Oh yeah, no, that building over there is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm really
we-
stoked for that.
yeah, we just want to grab some photos in there before it gets all full and then we'll probably give like you guys a tour eventually, like a video tour showing everybody the new stuff. It's just, it's been so long. Seriously, like 6 months of construction.
And it just got delayed again until October.
Oh, some of it, the
Yeah.
interior stuff. But I mean, the structure is
But
there.
the structure's up, doors are on. Well, most of the doors are.
Yeah.
The glass and windows
There's
still need to get
pavement, like so far
Yeah.
so good.
there. Pretty nice.
So
So-
got that arranged. Very happy with that. But yeah, this
question.
weekend was a lot of getting things arranged, prepping stuff for when we
Yeah.
go, so that the house runs
So-
smoothly while I'm away.
After you got the Jag photoed, then what did you do?
Well, then I basically just went home, watched some shows, did some other stuff around the house. It wasn't anything too exciting.
Okay.
I actually took the van the day before and stopped
Oh,
in
so
as
you went
well,
and did
so-
it. You went with the van.
2 days in a row because Nick was here 2 days, so I stopped by 2 days. in
So the
different
Jag was
vehicles.
on Sunday. The
Right.
van was on
Van was on
Sat-
Saturday.
So what'd you do with the van on Saturday here?
Well, I stopped in and I got a photo in the
okay.
new building as well.
All right.
Because
Just
why
wondered-
not?
just
Nice
wondered.
little industrial.
Wasn't
look.
sure.
Yeah.
Now that you live so close,
Right. It's
right down
very
the street,
easy to do.
So easy.
But I
to
happen
just
to be
swap the
needing
cars.
to make a recycling run, so I had a bunch
Okay.
of cardboard
All
in
right.
the back of the
Nice.
van. I was
Yeah.
running up. I was like, let's stop in there.
Yeah.
Makes
that was
sense,
the
Dane.
first taste of how it could
You know
look
what you
over
need
there.
to do? Add to your
it's cool.
listing for the Thunderbird. Maybe take the Thunderbird over there.
Yeah.
Take a picture
I don't
of
think
it.
it'll be ready until I get back from the trip, but that's all right. Well, we'll see. I think that may be a bridge
Okay.
too far. However, I will say, I'm glad I checked. Before I drove anything into that little corner part there,
Check to get
I
all the
got
nails
out,
out?
I
Nails.
walked around, scanned the floor. Sure enough, found several bolts, several screws, several various things that would be happy to rip your tire to shreds. And I kicked them all out of the way into the corner, into like a nice, neat pile so that they were no longer near any of the stuff.
Okay.
And before you say, what if they needed that? They didn't need it. These were like loose odds and ends just sitting
Yeah.
on the ground. They were not put there with any kind of care or thought whatsoever. So it was very easy to just move them over to a corner where I wasn't going to be and just drive around it. But yeah, whenever you're going to do something like that, if you're not sure, check the ground on a construction site before you go driving through there. Pro
Yeah.
tip.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I did not lose the cat, Dino. The cat's actually been very happy wandering around the house now. So
Thank goodness.
yeah, the cat is firmly embedded now.
So my children asked if Sassy was going to stay at your house from now on because they want to go look for another cat.
Oh.
And so,
But your cat bullies the other cats.
Here's the thing. So my big cat, right after we gave Sassy to Dane, my big cat developed ataxia, which is he's a wobble cat now. What? So he's basically like a wobbly cat.
So he's a cat, but without the balance?
Yes.
Is that kind of like an equilibrium thing?
So what it is an infection, but it could also be leukemia. It could be like, basically the cat vet said, could be 50 friggin' things. And you know,
so you're like a guy selling a car, and I happen to get the car that didn't just about have the engine light come on. Meanwhile, your other one just did. Now you only got one cat.
I sold you the.
You sold me the good one.
I sold you the Mercedes, and I kept the Camry, but the Camry is having lots of problems. So here's the thing. So the cat was
that's totally backwards.
So my cat's a $15 tabby, right from the pound. So
it should be reliable, like the Camry. I mean, the mutts are the best ones. The mutts have
tabby from the
super,
pound.
Right.
So it's hard for me. It's hard for me when my initial investment was $15 to go to the vet and go. Beg your pardon. You want to put how much? You want me to do how much to this cat?
And I know from experience.
So
your answer to most of that stuff.
The wife. Basically, she put a cap on the price of what the cat could cost. And the doctor said, hey, I'm hoping it's just the ear. It's just an infection in the ear. Here's a round of antibiotics. And my wife said, does that come in a shot? And he said, yeah. So we gave him a shot. He is doing better.
Okay.
It's been about 5 days. He's better balance. Before, like, he couldn't even walk. He was just tipping over, like tripping and falling over himself.
Oh, no.
Now he can walk. He can run. He's still really dizzy all the time. Still really confused. It's
like
almost
vertigo all the time.
Yeah, it's bad. It's weird. Huh. But he's doing good.
That is to say, how'd you like a cat with no ears?
We put Augie's bed on the ground. So that Sherlock doesn't have to jump.
Well, yeah, because if he jumps, who knows?
He jumps off. He'll catch himself or stop himself.
Yikes!
So anyway, it's super fun.
Well, I'm sorry, I took your good cat.
Yeah, that's great. So I'm just glad she's doing good at the house.
She's very happy. Yeah, she's getting acclimated.
I'm glad she's enjoying it. So, but anyway, kids are wanting to go look at new cats. So I told them we got to wait to see how Sherlock does. And if he gets his balance back and all that. So this weekend, I had a car to detail and was installing the new experimental coating that I've been playing with. Put that on there as well as their leather coating and glass. Put that on there.
How'd they go?
So good. Here's the problem I ran into. This car, used vehicle, but only 300 miles on the clock. Picked up from the dealership.
Yeah.
Truck looked good when it pulled up into my driveway. As soon as I washed it with Forced, stripped all the protection that the dealership had put on the car, right? Revealed tons of car wash scratches.
Yeah.
Tons of thicker, bigger, deeper scratches all over the thing. Truck was a blue, like a midnight blue black.
How'd that happen in only 300 miles, you think?
Well, it's a dealership car, so I'm sure it was washed sitting on the lot multiple times.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. So stripped everything down. So then I'm like, God dang it. So I pull out a wool pad, my Rupes wool, and last cut. And I start polishing everything out, cutting everything out.
Delicious combo.
And I'm like, man, this is going awesome. This looks so good.
Yeah.
Then I'm wiping the car down, getting ready to coat it, and I stop because I catch something in my eye. And I look. I'm like, this looks weird. I back it out into the sun. Whole car is ghosted with micro swirls.
Oh, my God.
Micro scratching all over it.
From the wool?
From the wool and the compound.
Oh, no.
I'm like, are you kidding me? So I switch pads with last cut.
Yeah. Just like a little fine pad.
A little fine pad. I'm like, all right, let's get this out. Doesn't come out.
No way. So you cut it deep.
Cut it too deep almost.
You cut it too deep to pull it back out.
Yeah. Paint's but the problem is the paint is so soft that it's not letting me bring it back out. So I have to recut it
Yeah.
and then immediately swap pads and try and polish it out.
Yeah, well, it's nice.
And I'm like, this is really frustrating. It's not helping.
Yeah.
So I get upset. I go inside. I stop what I'm doing. Hang out, grab a soda, think about it. What do? I grab myself I walk back out, pick out a yellow foam Rupes pad,
Yeah.
and I think I'm gonna give this once more little walk around the sun,
Yeah.
right? Pull out my Ultra Coat 1987 on a yellow pad.
Yeah.
Start polishing the whole thing out again. Work
Yeah.
a panel, look at it under the light. Ooh, this looks nice.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like magic has happened. Then I think, no. This is a fine grade polish. Let me bust out the Uno Pure. Bring out the Uno Pure, bring out the yellow pad, clean off the pad, put the Uno Pure on, hit it again.
It's smelling like a lotion party in your garage.
Right,
I
exactly.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while I'm doing this, I realize the Pure is also ghosting on this paint.
What the heck?
And I'm like, it's not getting it out. I need it to come out.
Yeah.
It's causing more problems.
Your pads are clean.
Pads are clean. Go back to the Ultra Coat 1987.
Yeah.
Miracle worker.
It actually did it.
Actually fixed it, saved it. Point is, I had to go back over the whole car again. Once I finished that, cleaned it, prepped it,
Wow.
coated it, coated all the interior, coated the fabric, coated the seats. This little car is a teenager's vehicle.
Ooh. And it's a TRD Pro?
Yeah. So,
That's cool.
yeah. So, lucky kid.
Yeah.
But his dad wanted to make sure everything was coated. He goes, I want seats coated. I want carpets. I want everything. He goes, because the last thing I want is a teenager to mess this up. And
it will happen.
I said, okay. And he goes, I want it. Yeah. Because his oldest child is driving their old Land Cruiser. And
Yeah.
she's been messing. She's had her friends spill sodas and all kinds
Well,
of
have you ever seen Zoolander?
Right. It's
You
like
remember the beginning when they're all driving, drinking, Starbucks,
Yeah.
and there's gas flying everywhere. It's the same thing.
Same kind of
Have
thing.
a gas
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
So got it all coated, got it looking sharp, and then here's what I told him. So I said, here's the price. He was a little surprised by the price of what I charged him for it, but I said, here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a bunch of gear, wash gear. You have been asking me for years to teach your son how to wash a car.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. This is the cost for the job. But I'm going to, when I get back from Europe, I'm going to come over to your house one night. I'm going to be bringing a whole bunch of goodies for him to keep and use that I will buy. And I will spend the evening teaching him how to wash and clean this car
Yeah.
the right way. And the kid was standing there, and he's like, oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. I would love that. Because he's terrified.
Sure.
He's not one of those, like,
Get after it.
he's not one of those, but he's not one of those, like, he knows what he got.
What?
Okay.
He knows what he has, that car.
Oh, yeah.
He's not like, yeah, thanks, man, whatever.
No low ballers.
Like, but he's not one of those kids that's
Okay.
just like, daddy bought him a new
Yeah.
ride. He's like, this is like, I didn't think I was going to get something this
So
nice.
doesn't take it for granted, appreciates it. Good.
Exactly. He's the kid that if I teach him how to do it, he will at least have the best practices set forth for the rest of his life, and he will wash all his vehicles that way.
Perfect.
He's that kid.
Good.
So that's what I'm going to do when I get back is teach him how to wash his car.
Oh, that's
This
great.
allows me to do two things. One, teach him how to do it. Two, allows me to check on the coating job.
Yeah.
Make sure it's right. But I can walk him through the process on how this is how you're going to take care of stuff if stuff happens. So really excited about that. Then
that's
Sunday, Carly was like, because this was the weekend that I wasn't going to work. So we could go do stuff as a family. This job popped up last minute, and my wife was like, you have to take it.
Yeah.
You have to do this. And so I took the job. We did it. So Sunday she goes, I want to go to Idaho City. I said,
sounds
I
nice.
like that. That sounds nice. I'd like to do that. What are we going to do? She goes, I don't know. Maybe check out a toy store. Maybe get some ice cream. Maybe get, go wander around.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. So we drove up to Idaho City. Showed up at the toy store, did a little toy shopping, wandered around the little toy store. So that toy store that they have in Idaho City was the old blacksmith shop, and one of the oldest buildings in Idaho City. So it was built in like 1867. So the floor's all wiggly and wobbly and crooked, and it's a very old building.
Yeah.
But we walked in. That's the picture of Augie with the cowboy hat and pistols. And then we went to then we walked on down, went to an antique store, wandered around there, then walked over to the ice cream parlor, Sarsaparilla.
Naturally.
They were closed.
What?
Yeah, so super frustrating. We had to walk
that's a
back over
bummer.
to Seasons.
Trudy's Kitchen?
No, we went to Seasons, which is right next to the toy store.
Yeah, Seasons is fine.
It's okay. So
He wants
got ice
sarsaparilla.
cream. No, well, Sarsaparilla gives you a ton of ice cream.
Yeah.
Seasons, basically, I said, I'll take two scoop ice cream cones for these guys.
Yeah.
What did they give me? An ice cream cone about that big with like a scoop of ice cream was maybe that big around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not any, like so tiny. My kids were complaining, for one, about it.
Yeah.
But then we ate our ice cream, went for a walk, drove up the hill, went to the Pioneer Cemetery. I don't know if either of you have ever been there in Idaho City.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
The cemetery?
Yeah, in Idaho
Yeah.
City. Okay. So 3,000 bodies are buried up there. They only have records of about 300 of them because there was a massive wildfire that went through at one point and melted or burned a bunch of the wooden tombstones. I sent Nick some video and pictures of the cemetery through Teams, but I don't know
Yeah.
if he has them. Okay, so he says he does not. But anyway,
Dang.
so it's just cool because you're in the middle of the forest
Yeah.
and there's gravestones everywhere. It's kind of eerie and spooky, but super cool at the same time.
Yeah. And this is above where the church is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So went up there, wandered around, basically took the kids on a hike.
Do you guys
Got
go
them-
through the junk store or the, what's it
Yeah,
called?
that
Do you know what I'm
place
talking
is
about?
yes, that place is sketchy.
I love
We went
it.
to the other store.
What's it called? It's like antique. It's like an antique, but it's like junk.
They opened a coffee shop inside, and I'm like,
No way.
I don't trust a coffee shop inside that building.
Like it's made with old rusty, like 1800s
Yeah,
coffee machinery.
I'm not a big not a big fan of that. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, came back home, finished the car, just had a nice little Sunday. Kind of went to bed. Tried to go to bed as early as I could.
Yeah.
Didn't really happen. But I watched the George Carlin special on HBO, the two-parter. It's like a biography.
Yeah.
And it's really good. I would
Okay, I need to
advise
watch
everybody
that.
to watch it. It's really good.
I watched the Netflix Hall of Fame thing where they do the Carlin and Pryor and all
Yeah,
those guys,
this
and it's
is-
like Jon Stewart.
This
and
is just
Chappelle and those
Carlin,
guys.
and it's
Okay.
basically an autobiography of his life. And
okay.
it's
He had an interesting story.
it's
where-
really good. It's 2 parts. It's 4 hours.
Yeah.
So it's 2 1-hour pieces. But Carly and I watched it Saturday and Sunday. It was really good.
I'll
really
check it
good.
out tonight.
So,
Yeah.
Sweet.
but yeah, Anthony, what'd you do?
Well, sorry, I don't want to cut in, but I do. Just so you think I was like super distracted on my phone,
Nobody
constantly
noticed, Dane.
checking it.
Nobody saw.
All I'm saying is
He's working on something.
Nobody
working
says-
on a potential. We've been looking for a long time project car, and these things move fast. So
Yeah. Did
I was
you,
trying
did
to
you
deal with
try
it
to
quickly.
call?
So basically, I screenshotted the interaction
No,
I had.
I
and
know, but you should probably just try to
No,
call.
but I sent it to Jimmy. Jimmy's handling it.
Is Jimmy already called?
Jimmy's calling him apparently. So I'm trying to make stuff happen fast because
Okay.
I don't know how long it's going to last, but I know these things move.
Yeah.
So
All
anyway,
right. Anyways, moving on. So Friday night, did some washing of my own, right? Came home with some new detailing products, right? Well, I say new. I've had this stuff for over a year.
You're doing a re-up.
I've had Starnaglass products for over a year, so I have a cabinet full of Starnaglass products. But I mean, I took home some more force and some more snow, right? And I wanted to do a couple washes. I needed to wash the CRZ because I was going to get it ready for a little bit of a little photo shoot, right? It's just some glamour shots, right? Nothing crazy, just something to make it look pretty. So I did that, and I had planned on washing Katie's 4Runner, right? My goal before I leave on this trip is I want all of my cars to be somewhat clean, right? I don't want them to be absolutely hammered. Like right now,
Like all three of mine right now are hammered. My Camry is
the
clean.
truck and the Civic are hammered right now, but everything else is relatively clean now. So I have 2 more vehicles to wash before I leave. It's just what I hate is that they're filthy dirty. They sit out and get whatever the heck
For
more
another
happens.
12 days.
And and I have a regimen now. So the vehicles that sit outside, they're gonna get pooped on. I know they are. I'm allowing those damn birds to live in my porch, right? Those vehicles are getting pooped on, right? Mm-hmm. That poop is like acid. It's going to etch that paint almost immediately. So I'm gonna have Katie do a quick check
the
for
vehicle
me.
you like least.
I'm gonna leave a couple towels out
Nice.
and a little bit of some waterless wash or just O&R and distilled water. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say, hey Katie, take that bottle, go out to my car, walk around. Do you see any bird poop? Squirt it.
Yeah.
You don't even need to wipe it. Just squirt it. Just break it down.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Yep, that's it. And then the rest will evaporate.
Yep.
It's better than not doing anything at all.
You're gonna be
coming
sitting there
home,
watching on your ring
just
cam
some,
to
like,
make sure she
massive
actually does it.
etch. or something.
I like this. We're getting her into it because Carly yesterday.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't know she's doing this.
Carly the other day goes.
So it may not happen.
No, she doesn't know she's doing that. I'm gonna have this conversation with her after work.
Yeah, but Carly said, "Oh, I hate this pollen," and I said, "Yeah, I hate it too." And she goes, "Look, so thick you can see it on the cars.
Yeah.
Makes our cars look dirty." And I said, "You're right. There's a lot of pollen." She goes, "Also, I can't breathe." Mm-hmm. And I said, "Okay."
That's the more important bit.
And then
Good,
she
glad
goes,
you noticed.
"Our cars look bad. We need to cut that tree down." And I said, "You're right. All the cars look bad." She goes, "Yeah. What are you going to do about it?" And I said,
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna wash the cars. And she goes, "Well, I'm gonna pull my car in the garage, so I don't have to deal with this pollen." I said, "Okay."
Well, that's good.
So it's nice that our wives are starting to notice these things.
No, my wife doesn't notice. I'm just saying that
She
care.
will after this.
No, she won't.
She's gonna
So
start looking
I'm
every
just
day.
saying I'm going to equip her with a high-powered IK trigger sprayer. She's
like
gonna
it.
blast any poop that happens on the cars. But anyways, back to the thing. So I watched the CRZ with snow and forest, right? So I used snow as my actual only soap, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was snow in the bucket, snow in the foam cannon, and I used forest as a pre-treatment on the wheels and tires. That's it.
Yeah.
So for forest, I actually swapped the sprayer head out with one of the old WoWo sprayer heads. Love it. It's
Those
amazing.
spray heads were
The WoWo
fantastic.
spray heads were great, right? No dig on the Starner Glass spray heads. Just in the hand, they just feel more comfortable. So I laid down some product on the wheels, saw that browning happen immediately on the tires, the blooming. It's beautiful.
Wowo's only took those sprayers on because we insisted at the special design.
We Italian sprayers.
Yeah, very nice.
But then I used snow. Snow foamed everything and went
And you had
straight
snow
in.
in the bucket.
And I had snow in the bucket. I just used snow.
Yeah.
It turned out amazing.
Nice.
Literally, you could use bubbler and Mata if you wanted to, but I'm saying that snow, the amount of foam it produces in a foam cannon, fantastic. The amount of lubrication it produces is also fantastic. I see no downside to using that as your bucket soap, considering it is a pH neutral soap with a little bit of cleaning detergents in it.
It's just got more detergents and surfactants.
So I'm a big fan, and I think the cost is right, and you get a lot of bang for your buck. And so, like you guys know, I love GSF, but I mean, snow is a nice change up. And I will say that when you have snow in the bucket and the foam cannon, the coconut is
it's flowing.
in the snow foam is very light and fluffy, right? So what was funny is that it was kind of windy Friday evening as I'm foam canning everything. I'm getting a lot of this kind of foam and mist in the air.
Ooh, magical.
Neighbor kids are running by it's snowing. And they're all playing in it. I'm like, you guys are stepping in chemicals, but it's probably fine.
It's safe.
It's safe. It's pH balanced. So did that though back to back. CRZ was cleaned. Katie's 4Runner was cleaned. And they look great. And so I kind of called it a night there. Because I basically planned on doing some video stuff for the CRZ, so I got a little bit of some cinematic footage for no reason whatsoever. And then Katie was just happy she got a clean car. So then Saturday, trying to think what I ended up doing. So Saturday woke up and I started a new show. You're going to laugh at this.
Okay.
I started watching a show called Love on the Spectrum.
I
Nice.
saw that.
So it's about people on the spectrum, right? Whether they're on the spectrum of autism or whatever it is, or there's a couple different people on there.
Diversity.
Yeah.
Diversity.
And just watching, it's so funny, dude. It's super funny, not in a bad way. It's just super funny because I've met so many people that have either had autism or kind of on the spectrum. I go, holy smokes. Like, they do have a lot of the same, traits and things like that and things that they focus on. But it's super cool. It's a very heartwarming show. You, genuinely want these people to, find love. And so Katie walked in, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, watching Love on the Spectrum. She's like, what? Why? I'm like, it's great. Honestly, it's hilarious. It's funny. The people are awesome.
It was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, you're going to like this. So I ended up watching quite a few. I think I watched 5 episodes.
Nice.
Wow,
which is weird, right? Because you'd think I'd watch probably a more, maybe of a different show. But
no, I think that's cool.
I got into it. I love it.
I'm unabashedly into Love Island, so I get it. Some reality TV, you want to just...
Yeah. There's just one guy it's on there, dude, and they don't censor anything. So there's cussing, there's all sorts of stuff, but it's just
as it should be.
There's just some of them are so passionate, dude. And you're just like, I love that. I love that they care so much.
Yeah,
about
how
this
rude
stuff.
would it be if somebody say has Tourette's or something, and they're just bleeping everything.
Well,
they say.
and it's awkward. The interactions are always awkward because it's people that are on the spectrum trying to date people that are on the spectrum, right? Yeah. So the interactions are awkward, but the people that are hosting the show try to make it really more comfortable and easy. They try to say, well, how'd that make you feel, right? What do you think about that?
So they're not antagonizing. They're actually facilitating and making it better.
No,
it's not like a reality. It's not like your Love Island. It's completely different.
Yeah, because mine's trash.
They're trying to support them. They're trying to really help them out. And so it's just funny because
it's heartwarming and
Netflix,
wholesome,
isn't it?
It's on Netflix. Yeah. So the people that are that are on the show are just like, hey, you guys killed it. You guys found somebody pretty good looking for me, right? They'll just say things really open, way too much honesty, and you're like, oh wow, you just came out and said that. That's great. And so it's pretty cool. So I watched that. Katie laughed at me for watching that, but I don't care. And then I went over to my parents' house for a little bit, brought Lucy over because Katie was working that day. Kind of hung out, did some stuff, and then I want to say Saturday evening I went out on a motorcycle ride, just kind of just a quick cruise, nothing too crazy. And then Saturday night, I continued kind of, clean up some stuff around the house and whatnot. So then on Sunday I had a pretty big day. I got a lot of stuff done. I was excited. I was excited. It was one of those beautiful days where I said, today I'm going to do a lot. I'm going to make sure a lot happens. So first thing in the morning, woke up and I'm trying to think. So actually, no, Saturday evening, I also sold some furniture, right? Patio furniture. Sold I like a couch kind of thing in our back patio. Traded in for some rocking Adirondack chairs.
Nice.
Right? A little black side table. We went from being having some... we're simplifying it.
Yeah.
The couch was super nice, but the cushions always blew out of the way.
Yeah.
I didn't like the couch because on the back side, I feel like a lot of spiders would get in there, and there's been multiple occasions where I sat on that couch and spiders would walk over me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you think the wicker just creates kind of a home?
I'm just not into it. Yeah, the wicker just kind of creates a home for these things that I'm just not about it.
I know they're really popular, the wicker style, but I just always feel like it's just gonna hold.
Well, I don't know. I'm also I'm not the kind of guy that's just gonna go lay outside and sleep. I know some people love it, right? They say, give me a hammock, I'm gonna go lay out there.
Yeah, I'm not that person.
Just not that person, man. I'll be outside.
My wife is that person. She will go outside and sleep.
Honestly, a good hammock is kind of nice.
She will grab a towel. She'll just grab a towel, go put it in the grass.
Yeah.
Read a book, fall asleep. I
hate that.
That's her thing.
Levi, I hate the way grass feels on my skin. So I'm not the kind of person that will A, sit in the grass, but B, falling asleep there.
Yeah.
Won't. No, never.
That's me.
Won't happen.
I'm not that guy either.
But I can fall asleep at a beach. I can fall asleep in the sand, which is weird. Or up in the snow at Bogus, right?
Yeah, we were able to fall asleep in the snow.
I could take
for a while.
I could take a nap right there, but I will not sleep in grass. I know that sounds strange, but I just won't do it. But I sold some furniture, got some new stuff in. What I wasn't expecting is that I had to disassemble the furniture that I once put together to make it fit into the back of her Suburban that she did not know that it was that big. So anyway, Sunday morning, woke up nice and early. Went and took the Evo for a drive. Right, I drove the car I never drive.
Wait a second. I think I saw you drive by. On Hill Road.
Yeah.
I was literally looking out my window when I saw a gray Evo go from east to west.
Yeah,
Anthony's always watching.
That was me.
I saw that.
That was
Okay.
me.
Always
yeah.
watching.
I
always-
listen for
always
distinct car
checking.
sounds. There's also like a Ferrari 355 that likes to run up and down.
Did you hear my turbo on the
I heard you. I heard you cruising by though. It's a very distinct sound the 4G63 has.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, kudos.
No, yeah, I did Hidden Springs loop, went and ripped on it. Felt good, right? Because, I always like to drive some cars before I go on a major trip like this. Because
Right.
maybe what if I don't
gonna
get
be
You're
drive
not going to be
12 days, not
driving
gonna
for
be
a
able to
while,
start
so you
it.
want
Yeah.
to.
or ever again, right? So you just want to make sure.
Or just drive the van so I can get the right-hand drive
Drive it
practice
wherever
in,
again.
in case
Wherever
I gotta
again.
be the
So
one
I just want to
take
make
us
sure I
places.
enjoy it
Especially
one
if you get stuck there.
last time. So I did that. Great drive, nothing crazy, no rock chips, no nothing to report. I mean, I know it sounds. Why do I have to say that? I have to say that because that's my luck when I drive that
Oh,
car.
well, so my dad brought his new truck over last weekend. So his 60, he got fully repainted. He's done all kinds of stuff, full restoration, rock chip. On the drive over to my house, I have found 3 rock chips on it. And he's like, what the heck? I just picked this thing up yesterday. And I'm like, well, that you got them.
The worst. It really is. It's
Yeah.
the worst. So after I did that, I got home, right? We were celebrating my dog's birthdays yesterday, right? It sounds crazy to some people, but yes, it is their birthdays. One of them was born on the, I think one of them was born on the 5th, or one of them was born on the 4th. The other one was born on like the 22nd. And so we were like, we'll just celebrate on the 22nd. So what we ended up doing was we took him down for a walk down to the green belt. We went over by the post office over here that in this kind of Garden City area. Went to the green belt from there. There's some amazing backyards that you get to walk by along the green belt. It's a beautiful trail, right? Walked that. They loved it. Had a blast. Took them back home. Kind of took a little break for a little bit. I said, Katie, I'm taking off again. Going on another motorcycle ride, right? Now, what I've noticed is that lately, like whenever I go on a ride, like there's a couple different ways I can ride a bike, right? There's the cruising option where I just go casual, whatever, helmet, gloves, shoes, pants, jacket, basics, right? And I just don't think about it. I just go and just kind of cruise around. But then there's the more like mindset of, I want to go ride my bike more spiritedly, right? I want to go actually go do some stuff. Now, in my definition of kind of spirited riding is the pushing of
Burnouts and wheelies.
What's that?
Burnouts and wheelies.
No. It's just
Every light a burnout
it's just
or
the
a
more of
wheelie.
like pushing myself on the street and as a rider to maybe whether it's
not die.
He wants to drag a knee, maybe.
No, it's
No,
not. It's
not
He's
not.
that
got the
much?
tires.
No, it's the matter
Drag
of
a cylinder head.
Yeah.
It's how do I
Kiss
say
the
this?
pavement.
It's just
Yeah.
like it's riding harder than I would normally ride, but being smart about it, being fun, but
Okay.
progressively getting better over a period of time, right? And I typically will do this at Bogus Basin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, I said back in the day, 5 years ago, 6
You
years
used
ago.
to be able to
Yeah.
cruise up that.
So you could cruise Bogus Basin, you could hit that run several times in a row, and you could get pretty good at it, right? And I would go so often to where I would go twice a week to where I got to know that road so well to where I could continually get better on that road, whether it's in lean angle or speed or whatever it may be. But I've noticed lately that when I get all throw on some gear that I'm going to be doing more spirited riding, that I don't know. I care more now.
Right, you have a child
now that I'm
now,
a father,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so, like for example, I'm put on like my full boots, my big boots, and then I put on like my gauntlet gloves, and I have like my nicer jacket, my nicer helmet, and everything. And I go to say goodbye to Katie and the baby, and I kind of look at the baby, and she looks at me, kind of like, make good choices out there,
Yeah.
right? And I'm kind of like, oh dang, that cuts me deep, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
you're
You're
looking at her before you go on a ride where you're going to probably be riding a little bit faster, but.
Then you ride the speed limit the whole way up.
Yeah,
because that is a
so
very
it's just
conservative
definitely
speed limit.
different, man. It's not the same. It's not the same as it once was when I was a single guy, or even
There's a
way
lot
back
more
in the day, or
cars
even
up
when
there, too.
me and Katie were just either engaged or married. I still had a lot of confidence to be able to do that kind of stuff. But now I'm just like,
Yeah.
I want to have fun, but I also don't want to die. So I had a good ride though. Went up to Bogus Basin. I actually got to rip on it pretty good. Didn't drag knee, but I hit a couple apexes, right? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Really got on it. Felt pretty good about everything. And I don't know. I just, like I said, I just don't have the same amount of confidence that I
It's time
that
to
I once
sell
had.
the Evo.
and buy a faster bike, right?
All right.
So we need to get that.
That's what you buy. That's when you buy the Gold Wing.
Oh,
or
Get
you
your
buy a
1000.
bagger.
Yeah.
A little
No.
more protection on the sides.
No, but the Triumph is good for that kind of riding. The BMW I don't ride like that. with
Well,
that. The
yeah,
BMW
you
is
lean
like
on that guy.
It's just a
That's
cruiser.
go for a ride.
Cruiser around
Yeah.
the town. The Triumph definitely likes being wrung out a lot more. So, but yeah, no. Regardless, it was fun. It felt really good. Like when I
Right.
get back from like a ride on motorcycle and I'm like actually kind of winded, I'm like, okay, I knew I got my blood pumping on that one, and I had a lot of fun. So, but did that, got back home, and then for the main event on Sunday, right? You think I've done enough? You think I've already gone out?
Let's just pack it in.
You think I've
right?
already gone out and done enough, right?
Yeah.
Say, Katie, I'm going to the store. I'm going to the fancy Albertsons over there off of Eagle and Fairview. I go there because it's my dog's birthday. We're going to celebrate with a feast. So I went to the store. I got everything I needed for this dog feast. I can't call it that.
Dog feast.
So you picked up some wet food.
Yeah.
No, I didn't pick up a Chewy bone. I didn't pick up wet food. I didn't pick up a whatever the Nyla bone or anything like that. Let's just say when I got to the
Vegan
Albertsons checkout, right, and the lady's ringing everything up, she's like, "Oh, it looks like you were gonna feast tonight." And I said, "Yeah, it's my dog's birthday." And she's like, "Oh," she's like, and she says, "Well, what'd you get them? What are they?"
audacity
She
of
says,
this Caucasian.
"What'd you get them? What are they gonna
You're like
eat?"
this.
And I said,
These
everything
things.
that you're scanning right now, this is what they're eating. So she kind of like looked at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, that's how much I love them, right? So I got home, started preparing all of their delicacies, right? Their meals. And Katie looks at me like, what have you done? Like, this is insane.
We have a child now.
I said, there is no price for my love of those dogs, right? Those dogs have given me far more than one delicious meal, right? So this was the final result, right?
Okay.
As an appetizer, right? I sent Nick a bunch of photos. I don't know if he
It's
got him.
ridiculous.
But as an appetizer, I started off with yellowfin tuna, right?
Okay.
Over
For your
a
dog.
yellowfin tuna, like sushi grade yellowfin tuna, sliced thinly, very thinly, so not a ton, over a bed of white sticky rice, right? And then topped with a small amount of soy sauce and just a couple drips of lemon juice, right? So extremely fancy.
Sounds great
Now-
for a human.
Did they enjoy
the dog
it? Did they,
is not
did they,
gonna care.
Did they pull a Dane or did they do a Levi when they ate it?
No,
Yeah.
it was
Probably a Levi.
It was
Probably.
it was a Levi. However, I loved watching them go after the couple different things at once. Like the one dog, bam, goes after the bed of rice, right? And then kicks the sushi off to the end. The other one eats the sushi first, then eats the bed of rice. So it was just kind of funny watching them. But that didn't last more than maybe 10 seconds, right?
Yeah, so they Levi'd it.
But we made sure to like give it the anticipation. They
right.
smelled it. They got excited about it.
Hence
Okay.
our thumbnail picture
And
today.
so, anyway, so we started off with that.
Yeah.
They loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was delicious. And so you can get sushi grade
food?
tuna and salmon and all that over at that Albertsons.
Okay.
And they sell it specifically for that. So
For sushi, not
dog.
dog
I was gonna say
For
for
sushi,
dogs,
not dog food, but I mean it's completely 100% safe and really good too. So did that, and then after that, right? You're thinking, okay,
that wasn't enough.
the main course, right? What are you doing for the main course if you did that for the appetizer?
You got him a cow's like lower femur.
No, even better, right? So this is where I probably went a little bit above and beyond. So for this, I gave them medium rare Wagyu beef, pan-seared, right? A little bit of butter, rosemary, kosher salt, pepper, right?
Yeah.
Cooked perfectly, right? Absolutely amazing, right? Wagyu beef is fattier, it's more delicious, it's rich, it's flavorful. That, a little bit of butter on there, nothing crazy. My mouth is watering just thinking about it right
I'm
now.
thinking about racing your dog.
And so-
on this. I think I would eat it faster than they would.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, well, unfortunately, I'm thinking about the aftermath of this. Like, boy,
So
those good boys may not be able to stay inside. The air quality is going to change for a little while.
no, Dane, their valves are literally an impenetrable force.
Just
and
unicorn
so,
farts?
Yeah, they're amazing.
Okay.
They're beautiful, amazing creatures.
All right.
So, anyways, they give them roughly 5 ounces of
Okay,
Wagyu beef,
yeah,
right? About each. And then you think, okay, that's pretty nice of you. What next, right? Well, then I also gave some mashed potatoes, right?
Oh,
a little
delicious.
bit of garlic salt in there. Not real garlic, but like garlic mashed, flavored.
Do they
and
like mashed potatoes?
They freaking love mashed potatoes, Dane. They love mashed potatoes. So we did mashed potatoes, and then finally, as the creme de la creme, my dogs have never eaten this, but it is 100% safe for dogs.
You double checked.
I double checked. I bought some lobster tail. So fresh lobster tail that I barbecued on the grill, right? A little bit of butter on there, a little bit of lemon, brushed it on there over a period of time, right? Really cooked those lobster tails up nice. I've never shucked a lobster thing before, right? It's much harder than you think it is.
Yeah.
You literally got to dig your fingers in there, like pull the meat out, set it up on top to cook it and make it look all nice. But holy crap, man. I've never cooked lobster tail before. It was amazing. So they each got their own lobster tail, their 5 ounces of Wagyu beef, and then they also got their mashed potatoes. And, of course, they didn't get to eat the lobster carcass. I just gave them the meat itself. Yeah. And so, yeah. Crazy.
That's Idaho. That's it. Curly Wolf, you're right. We have roving bands of wild dogs that dig up potatoes and eat them.
Yeah. So they devoured that like literally, like in seconds. And then after that, we finished off the day with they each got a cupcake of small cupcake, with a little candle on it. And so pretty hilarious, honestly, because like the kitchen was a mess.
Yeah.
I had all these things going on at the same time, and I'm like, I have a screaming baby, and I'm like, keep the baby quiet, right? I'm trying to cook dinner for my dogs. I'm like, this is crazy to me, but they love it and they deserve it. Like I was telling guys in the group chat, I'll probably spend $100 on maybe lunch this week on random things or whatever, or something like that, on food of some sort. Chances are, maybe, we'll see.
Yeah.
And or I could go out into a restaurant with Katie. Me and her can go eat, and out of the many times that we can go and eat and do that, I'll never remember any of it. I'll never remember one occasion, but if I can easily remember the time I gave my dogs Wagyu beef and lobster.
How could you forget?
It was fun to see you make all this stuff. Look delicious. Even though I can't eat fish or shellfish, I can appreciate the hard work that went into it. And at the same time, I was air frying some little tiny pizzas.
Oh man,
we had gotten at Costco.
Well, you know
and
what?
I thought
my wife tried the Wagyu beef
cool.
and said, "This is too fatty. Wow. I don't like Wagyu." And I said,
"I would have, like I said,
apparently
I would have
wasn't wasted on the dogs."
I don't know if I could have raced Baylor, but I'm pretty sure I could have beat.
Oh,
Huck.
You could have beat Huck for sure.
I'm pretty sure I could beat Huck on eating that Wagyu.
So
he has the youthful energy to really take on the Wagyu.
But Baylor's a lot bigger.
He's a big boy.
Me, so
anyway, so they lived it up. It was a good time.
It's awesome.
And so and then after that, man, I mean, it was pretty much just a chill rest of the night, just a lot of cleaning up and doing all that. And so I don't know. Now it's time to start packing, get ready for this trip. That's it.
Well, I guess that
Dane,
kind of rounds things out.
Do you have a person to call?
So I got Jimmy to get a hold of the guy, and we worked out a time. So I'm going to be going and looking at the car tonight, probably. The downside is there will be other people looking too.
Oh, what if it's like the Jeep?
Oh my God, I gotta go just to witness this.
I think Anthony needs to come with.
I'm like, what if it's like a Jeep
and
situation?
I'm like, Dane, where's this address? You're like, it's
Emmett.
over there in. It wasn't Emmett. It was in
Cuna.
No, what's this? Was it
Weezer?
not
Ontario?
P?
Payette?
Was it Payette?
Parma?
Payette, I think.
I think it was Payette.
Yeah.
That crap hole that is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't say that.
That was funny. It's nothing more fun than
I'm pretty
having
sure it
20
was
people
Payette.
show up to look at
Was
a car
it
at the same
Payette?
time.
So it sounds like there may just be a couple other people. The problem is this is one of those cars.
What's your tactic?
My tactic is we go in full
With cash.
offer
You have cash.
with cash in hand, no messing about. Say, all right, I got it on the table. What you gonna do? Just
Okay, so but what if somebody comes
and then
in?
somebody tries to race you. That's why you got to be subtle about it. So you want to just like get the person pulled aside. But the problem is we want to make sure it's actually worth what we're going to pay for it. But the thing is, what they're asking right now is way less
than what it's worth.
Than what's
All
worth.
right.
I was originally
Let's
asking.
end this show
more.
so nobody
So-
else needs to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we'll
Yeah.
figure this
I
out.
was trying
but
to
it
do
may be
research
maybe
on
good.
Facebook.
Maybe good. So
All right,
we'll see.
So Dane, take
That's
it
it,
away.
guys. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you haven't click like on this video right now so that it gets out in front of more
and
people.
sorry we won't have a podcast next week.
Yeah, we're
Come
going to be
see
on the
us.
road. But you know what? We will be doing several lives
Yep.
from my phone, from your phone, from the Rag Company official account. We'll have some fun.
Yep.
So just look forward to a whole bunch of us in new surroundings, new settings. It should be
And come
great.
see us next Monday,
Yes.
May 30th.
Hengelo.
at Rag Company Europe.
That's right. All right, guys, take care. We will see you later this week for Q&A. Adios.
See ya.